Hi, my name is Carla Valenzuela. I am the brand ambassador for ElTesoro Tequila. And I want to tell you a little bit more about this beautiful, artisanal, handcrafted by generations tequila brand. There's a lot of tequila brands out there. A lot of brands coming into the market every year because everyone is crazy about margaritas and everyone wants to sip tequila, not only during the summer anymore, but like throughout the whole year. So it's natural that people are looking at the business opportunity. But very few brands out there have the legacy and the commitment to the craft that we have. ElTesoro means the treasure and is produced in a little distillery called La Alteña that was founded in 1937 by Don Felipe Camarena. Now, Carlos Camarena, who is Don Felipe Camarena's grandson, is running the distillery and trying to keep this dying form of art of making tequila the old-fashioned way alive, because not a lot of producers are doing it. It's time-consuming and it's not highly efficient. But for him, it's about keeping the legacy of his grandfather alive and also from a lot of other families that have been involved in La Alteña, in our distillery for generations. So in a romantic way, he wants to keep that tradition alive and respect the legacy, but also in a practical way, he just knows that making tequila the old-fashioned way, he can bring more complexity to the bottle and ultimate to your glass. That's why we take the process, or we use the process that we use to make this beautiful product. So, number one thing, agave. The most important thing to make tequila is having a really good agave source. That's why Carlos only uses agaves coming from the Camarena family fields, from his family fields, and he loves to let agaves mature enough to bring a lot of complexity. So our agaves take between 7 up to 8 years to reach maturity. Once our agaves are ready, then we cut the pencas or the leaves of agave and we leave the center. The center looks pretty much like a pineapple. That's why everyone calls them piñas. Once we have our piñas, then we go to the distillery. We take them to the cooking process because agaves are very starchy plants. So in order to take the juice out of a plant, you have to cook the plant. The cooking process is going to be very important as well. In our case, we like to cook our agave very, very slowly in the brick ovens or the hornos for up to 3 days. That way, we seal a lot of the minerality, a lot of the vegetal aspect of the plant, the floral notes, the fruity notes coming from the plant that for years have been absorbing also from the soil and just developing in the core of the plant. So once we have our beautiful agaves fully cooked, then we go to the extraction process. And this is something that definitely sets us apart from other producers because not a lot of people are using the old-fashioned way of extracting the juices of agave, that is the tahona. Tahona is a big volcanic stone wheel that helps us crush the agave very gently to release the juices of the agave. We're not only releasing the sugar content, but also the acidity and the minerality of the plant. That's why we can say that our product is a multidimensional tequila. It has so many layers of flavors and aromas, so much complexity, and it's all just because the tahona. This is a little representation of the tahona. It's a big volcanic stone wheel, help us to crush the agave very, very gently until we release all the beautiful flavor components of the plant. Once we have our agua miel or honey water coming from the agave, then we go to the fermentation process. And the fermentation process for us is very natural. We just combine this product of the agave with a little bit of water, a little bit of the fibers also coming from the tahona, fibers of agave. We put them all together and we just let Mother Nature to do its own thing. We don't have to do anything extra. We don't add yeast. We don't have anything. We just let it ferment by itself. And during this process, a lot of flavors, a lot of aromas are going to be created, and of course, alcohol. Then we're going to go to the final step of the process, that is the distillation. And we are double distilled in copper alembics or copper pot stills. We are actually the only tequila that is double distilled in copper stills to proof. That means that we don't add any water at the moment of bottling this product. That way we actually bring a lot of the agave flavor into the bottle and into your glass with no interaction of anything else. pure agave distillate in the bottle. When we make a reposado and we make our añejo, because it's going to be in a barrel and there's going to be a little bit of evaporation or angel share, then we distill to a little bit of higher proof, around 84 proof, because there's going to be evaporation. We're going to lose some of that. But to make the reposado, we age it or let it rest in the barrels that were used for bourbon before, between 9 and 11 months. And then for the añejo, it's going to take between 2 and 3 years to be complete and to be ready to sip. Beautiful products, all of them with a lot of complexity, perfect to sip, perfect to drink on the rocks or in a cocktail. Now that you know a little bit more about the DNA of a brand, the history of the Camarena family, how we make our product, what makes us special, the heart of our production that is the Tahona, something so specific, so artisanal, and you want to support us and you want to support your local liquor barn, I highly encourage you to discover the 2 different selections that they have for the single barrel reposados. No one else will have that flavor profile, that specific bouquet, that specific taste and finish. So if you love tequila and you want to discover more and you want to know what the traditional methods of tequila it's all about, this is a really good exercise for you to do. Taste both different expressions of the reposado. Taste it side by side with a regular reposado and you will see the differences. These reposados are not, we weren't able to replicate anything like that. So it's a good opportunity if you're a collector as well to pick up a bottle and discover what is behind these beautiful traditional processes. One of the barrels they have is 40.6 ABV, which is like around 81.2 proof. Very full body, very agave intense, a little bit of spicy flavors and aromas, a lot of vanilla in the nose, a little bit of honey in the nose, toffee as well, but very mineral. And it's a little bit of oak, which makes it perfect to drink on its own, but also in a beautiful cocktail like the Paloma, that is the #1 cocktail in Mexico. The other selection that they did, it's a little bit more high in alcohol. It's around 40.9 ABV, which is around 81.8, so perfect for spirit-forward cocktails as well. Palomas go well with everyone, every reposado, to be honest. But if you are into the spirit-forward kind of cocktails, you can make a variation of a martini, but with tequila, and that is going to be amazing because it's going to stand up that extra layer of alcohol or like grade of alcohol. It's going to make the tequila shine through the glass. So that one in particular, it's a little bit more like fresh oak, like almonds, kind of like nutty in the nose, like coffee, a little bit of chocolate as well. So try both, discover which one is the one that you love the most. Both are a beautiful expression of agave. Thank you so much for the support, and hopefully you enjoy them as much as I do. Good luck with that, and also stay in to learn how to make a Paloma. I'm going to teach you how to make a very, very simple cocktail, La Paloma. Here in the States, margaritas are the #1 cocktail by far with tequila, but down in Mexico, palomas are the #1 cocktail. Everyone loves them, and they love them for a few reasons. #1, super easy to make. 2, super refreshing, perfect all year long. And 3, it really brings up the flavor of the tequila. And it's perfect with a reposado. So single barrel reposado, perfect for your cocktail, easy to make, only 4 ingredients. We're going to use, of course, ElTesoro single barrel reposado. We're going to use a squirt soda. We're going to use fresh limes and a pinch of salt. And that's going to be it. You don't need a shaker. You don't need to do any crazy fancy syrups. This is very, very easy. So I'm going to start building it. We're going to build our cocktail. We're going to take a Collins glass and pour 2 parts of ElTesoro single barrel reposado, of course. We're going to add some ice. There you go. We're going to squeeze a little bit of lime into that. That's up to you. How much do you want, to be honest? Then we're going to use the squirt, fill that up. Going to stir it a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of salt to it, just a tiny bit. And we're going to garnish with a couple of flying wheels. And there you go. Very refreshing Paloma Mexican style.